This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, good evening. Let's start the day. So I think some of them have already joined. So in the previous class, we have discussed about the WB structure. So today, let us look into the system, how to create a standard WBS element, and how to copy that into operative, as well as the configuration related to the WBS element, like that numbering or the field key and all those things. Okay. So here we have already seen the project structure, how it looked like. So today let us look we are talking about the standard structure or standard WBS element. So it is under the main menu. If you go to the basic data, then there are templates. Then we call it as the standard WBS element, where we can create, change, or display. Okay. So for example, let us display some standard available. Let's say it's a turbine standard, which is available in IDES normally. So this is the standard template available. So what happens when you copy this, all the details available here, which will get copied to here. So there are three uses of this one. Okay. One is basically to create a reference point, or for example, suppose you have 200, 300 WBS elements are there, and this is required for almost all the project nearby, that is the same number will be created in every project. Then this is an easy way. You can create a standard template, or you can say basic this standard structure. And you can tell them to copy project from the standard template. So what happened that creation time will be reduced. Then second thing is there are certain default values which we are maintaining it, that will be just get copied the same thing. So what happened, the data consistency will be there. So that is the two things. Another option for this standard WBS element is we talk about there is a functionality in PS which is called an assembly process. It's a different kind of scenario where whenever you create for example, repetitive kind of projects, so you create an order, sales order, then automatically system creates a project in the system. So for that is also referring to a standard WBS element, because it is referring to a standard network, then it goes to a standard WBS element, and that creates, copy it in the system. So that is one more objective of this standard WBS element. So here it's look like operative only, WBS elements will be there. So normally, when you're looking from a table perspective, normally the WBS element will refer to the level, how the level will look like. Then under the level, there will be the WBS element numbering, then for that description. Then there is something short ID is there. It is also again in short ID. Normally system proposes the same number as WBS element, but you can overwrite it. You can use it to some other things, because normally that short ID is available in all the search. SAP standard searches are available for this. So it's easy to search them. Most of the time, when you do cutover activities or those kind of activities during cutover and all, normally we keep here short ID as an external number, your legacy project number or something like that. So it is easy for you to search what was my legacy project for the current project number and all those things. Or if you have a customer project reference or something like that, which you can maintain it there. So that will be easy for searching. Okay. Then this is the project type and all those things. So let us create WBS element transaction is CJ91. So here let us take a dollar number because we have a dollar number is there. Let's say, what was the number? Just a second. Or check it here. Dollar dash. Anything is there? No. Okay. No. Okay.
When you copy a project, should be the same mask, or I can change the mask during the copy?
You can change it. No, you can change the different mask. There is no problem. But only thing is there is option find and replace, so you can go and change it. What's the numbering you want to use it? It's a 4-digit number. So let's take dollar dash 999. Okay, project profile, created one. So let's say, for example, if you want to create it an SAP implementation project, so let's call it as an SAP implementation sample. Then we go into the WBS element, and here we have to specify what are the numbers and all those things. So here, either you can do it type this way, or you can create it from Excel. So Excel, for example, I have the level description, level number, then we can give the description this way. So this way you can copy it. For example, the level 1, the number will be same as this, right? So here, because of that, it should be text. So this way you can give SAP implementation either this way, or you can type it. Okay. SAP implementation, then it will come under this level 1, level 2. You have to decide what are the things will come. So let me just take this. Here we have given just like that. Okay, no, I'll take this. So let's say this one dash 1, it will be preparation. Then under preparation, if you have any other things, we can add it. So I don't have anything, so I will just say next one is 2, which is blueprint. Then under blueprint, I have next level, say, let's say 01 is FICO. Then let's say next 02, it comes to Then I have PS, then level SD, Okay, we'll have one more, let's say PP. Then we can go for this. Then the second will comes. Then this will come, right? This will be 2. Sorry, here it will be 2. Mistake, sorry. So I want dash 1 to dash will be replaced by dash to dash. Okay, then it will be this 3. So after blueprint, it will be realization, like that. Okay, now then we can create the same thing all, right? will come for realization as well. But here it will be, instead of 2, it will be 3. So I will just replace it. Control H dash. So dash 2 dash, I will replace it dash 3 dash. Okay, so this is the replace. This is realization. Then we can say final preparation. So it will be again the second level. So this will come here, or you can say this all you can copy. Then we call it this as 4. Then we will go final preparation. Then what we need to see is this all, it will be 3. Let's copy that. Then we'll replace this dash 3 dash 3 2 dash 4 dash. Okay, 5 copied. Now we have the next one will be go live. So it will be same like this. So under go live we don't need any other things. So it is a go live activities. Now, for example, we have some project management need to be considered, some other cost and all. So we will create one called project management, like that. So this is the way we need to create it. So here is just for a curiosity, all of you have familiar with PS module or new to PS module?
I have some knowledge. I have been working, but not directly with PS. Okay.
Okay, okay. I think Gopi has, yeah, asking some doubts, so he might be working. What about any other? Is there, or because I'm just because I'm going very basic, so maybe if all of you know these things, then I don't need to go to that level. That's why I'm just asking. Okay, because for example, if any one of two you are not familiar, then I will go to the basic level. I'm going that way. So if you have, if you're feeling it is just getting bored because of these very basic things, you just let me know. Then we can go the advanced areas. Okay. So one thing is there, while copying here, if Excel we can copy paste, but only the important thing is how many lines are here, that many you can copy it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 lines are there. So normally 15 lines will be safer. So here up to 15 lines you can copy at a time. So I can say, suppose I can count like this 15. Once it reaches to 15, okay, then I can copy like this. So Control C, then here you click it, then just simply say Control V, then you enter it. Okay. Now, if you want to, same like Microsoft, right? If you want to go to the end, either page down, or you can just click it here in the margin. So it will scroll down. Anyway, it is no more, 15 is not there, so we can take all. And then you just copy it. Okay, so now let us look at this. How does it look? So this is how it looked like. Okay, this is the template. So for example, we have level 2 and level 3 is there. So now, for example, suppose what I need is, so let us save this and make some changes. Correct. Okay. There is a validation is that person responsible. So for example, here, I think in the project definition. Okay. So for making the changes, I will go to here, change, same thing. So what I want to do that, for example, especially my blueprint and realization, I have 2 levels for MM or FI and MM I have separate. FI team is there, CO team is separate. Similarly for MM, my material, or you can say procurement, procurement and inventory management is separate team. So I need to break that. So how do I do that? I will, for example, if I want to add under this FACO, I will just click here below one and you click the plus icon. So you will get a rows here on the top of it. Okay. So the next level will be 4. So it will be like this dash. What was the numbering? Numbering is next level is also 2. Okay. For example, it will be 1. Let's say F5. Okay, then same thing. I will copy it here. Let's say 4. It will be CO. Okay, just enter it. Already exit. Okay, so it should be supposed to be 2. Okay, now I want similarly under MM also here. There is a separate team working on it. So I will add it. So this one also I will add this way. Dash 01 dash 02. So it will be 4. It will be 4. Then it will be MM procurement and MM inventory management. Okay, so if it realization, if you want, I can make it. So anyway, for the time being, I'll just keep it there only. Then let's save it. So this is how my standard template look like. Okay, this is my standard template look like. For example, here, CMMFI, I have this, this. So I have up to level 4. In this area, if it is required, I can add it here. I don't add it. Okay, this is the way it is. So now, what we need to do is we need to create a project based on a standard template. So for that, we will go back to again our project builder. Okay, as a consultant, project builder is fine. Okay, or we have other transactions also there, special maintenance functions. For example, the work breakdown structure, we have create, change. CJ02 is a good one where you can change it. 001 where you can create it. Only project definition you can create. Only single.
One question, please. To create the template, we need first to create a mask, okay, and then create a template with the $sign. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Mask. I have already the existing one. I have used it. Mask, you need to configure it. Okay.
Template so initiates with a $sign. Is that?
Yes. I created a mask with a $sign.
Okay.
Starting with a $sign. After creation, I will go into that area and I will show you how it looks like. So we'll go to the builder. So now, for example, I just need to create the project, copy the project. So here, create new, we have option. Either you can create a project like this manually, you can create one by one, or we have option to copy the project. So we need to choose here, copy the project. So here, for example, I'm copying a project. I'm using the same $sign, suppose. Okay, you are asking whether you can use a different number. Yes, you can use a different number, no problem. So suppose I'm using the same $sign here. So I can check what is the next open number available by clicking here. So I can put 1 here. This is the starting number which I know. And if I look into it, it will show you what is available. So available is 7. So up to 6, something might be created here. So I choose that next available number. Then you can give a description here. If you don't give a description, automatically it copy from the template. Then here there is 2 options. You can create, there are 3 options. Either you can create it from a version, or you can create it from a project definition. Project definition means it's an operative project, or you can create it from a standard project. So here, what is the disadvantages of copying an existing project or an operative project means? There will be so many data will be available in the operating project, which may be specific to that project. So if you copy that, then what happens? It will get created here as well. So then cleaning that will be another headache. So you can create it, you can copy it for a standard project for you during testing and all. It is easy. But when you're real scenarios, or for example, you're talking about, let's say in the production client, so it will be always better to suggest either you create it directly from the standard project definition or directly manually, because otherwise that cleaning will take more than the time of creation. Then you can define what are the things need to be get copied, what are the objectives, whether with element activity and all this. Anyway, for our project, with all these things are not there, so it doesn't matter. So here I can put my standard project definition. So if you can anyway search object also there. I know the number just now we created, so I'm just typing it here. $-9999. Then you can just either you can simply enter it here, or you can go and replace it. This is what we need to do. For example, if you are using a separate different numbering, for example, if you are using a different number, you can go here. Then start date, it is asking, okay, let it take start date today's date, or I can change it. So here there is an option, we can replace it. So what I'm replacing it here, I'm saying this 999 replacing it is 7. Similarly, if I'm using dollar to T, I can change here dollar to T as well, so that will replace it. Then just replace, then check, no error, then include. Okay, this is how it will look like. Now let me just save this. I will show you if I create with T, how does it look like. Okay, let's create with T. I'll say copy. So let's say my number is, we'll look for T-1. Yeah, T5 is available. Okay, I will choose that T5. I will use this. Then I will go to here. Okay, now here my replacement will be like this. $-99 should be replaced with T-0005. Then replace it. Okay, there is a key is different. Just a second. Let us first replace this 5.
Maybe it's the number of digits, okay? You have 4
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
5.
Yes, this is the difference. No, not because of that. Because what happened, this mask, the dollar mask, which is corresponding to here, it is 4 and this is 5. Yeah, yes, you are right. Key does not correspond to mask. Okay. So there is an issue. Replace predefine. Replace.
You use the next number, but there is no control if I use another number, okay? The number I want, the sequence, no control.
Error. Okay, so now I need to put. No, it will be difficult. Now I have to change everywhere. So it is possible only if the length is same. For example, let me just take anything, the same number. Let us go back to this SP arrow, what we are talking about the key. Structures, operative structures, work breakdown structures, project coding mask. Then here, this is the coding mask. So what is dollar is look like this. So if you have anything similar to that, then it allows to copy. I think it's all different style. Yeah, it's all different style. So for example, what you're seeing it here, it's a 4. What you're talking about 0 means it's a numbering. So 4 numbers, or it can be for any character also. 4 number, there is 4 number, okay, no problem. But here single digit, here single, but after that it's again single, but here it is double, and finally it is triple. So here also, if you look at here, it is here also again different, here also again different. Maybe this may work because it's look like similar. A may work.
And those masks are defined at client level.
Yes, client level. It's a client level settings. So let us try A. It's look like similar. Copy project. Okay, so let me see what was the mask A. No, again 5 zeros are there. Don't work. Should be that initial starting should be same. Nothing similar. This one also not similar. Nothing similar. No, nothing similar. So again, I will just go back to our this one, coding mask. Yesterday we were discussing about it. So this is what we are talking about, the coding mask, right? So here, first one we are defining the special character. First this is what we are defining, how many length of the key is possible. The problem is this one you need to take care. For example, initially before configuring, you need to take care how many length you want to keep it for the digits, the initial numbering. For example, A or AB 2 digits or 1 digit like that. Because later on what happened?
Sorry, Abdul, how many maximum we can maintain on the digits?
Now here, what we need to consider is, whenever you are going for this, just a second. What we need to consider is this length. Okay, the project definition or WBS element, this length. This length, if you look at it, the WBS element length, if you look at this data element, this is 24 length. Okay.
Okay.
So the maximum is, so what we our calculation should be like this. So 24 is our maximum. So let's say our naming, how we are going to be the naming. For example, first I need a digit. So the digit, so digit I will put say 2 digits, suppose. Then I need a separator, right? So separator will be 1. Okay. Then the numbering for the project. So the numbering will be let's say 5 digits. So this itself, it became 8, right? Now, how many levels you want it? So level 1 is okay. You can consider this level 1 with the same. So you need a second level, you need a third level, you need a fourth level, fifth level, sixth level, seventh level. So you have to see how many levels you want at the maximum. This is important. Okay. So it's 8 levels are there. Now we have already, suppose level 2 only faces are coming. So maybe 1 digit is enough. But here, everywhere there will be a separator. You need to consider that, right? So there will be a 1 separator here. Then, sorry, 1 digit. Now here, again, you will get a separator. So one is gone. So level 3, for example, you are expecting more than 10 digits, right? So it has to be 2 digits we need to specify. Then again, you will get a separator here. So you get a separator here. So then level 4, again, you need a 2. So again, here you will get a separator. So separator will be 1 gone. Then 5, you want 2. Then here, again, you get a separator. So 6, again you want 2. Then here again you need a separate. Then 1 here. So suppose here 2. Now let us check how many digits is total here. If you look at the total here, so it's equal to sum. Let's see here. So this itself is 25 now. So it is not allowed, right? So the maximum possible is here, either you have to keep it up to 6 level, or what I can do, the digit I can make it 1. So digit will be 1, then number will be 5, or I can do 2 digits, then number I can use maximum 4. You expecting maybe 3-4 project in a year, so it's okay. It will be another 100 years it will be enough, or another 50 years it will be enough, right?
Yeah.
So this is what you need to consider this. So our maximum will be 24. So then maximum level, how many you require, that you need to discuss with the team, with the project team. What is the maximum level they want it? You can create it, there is no problem further levels, but from the numbering you will not be able to identify which level this WBSL belongs to.
Okay.
For example, I can create a level 8 but with the same number, no issue. Same, similar to 7, I can create next level. There is not an issue. But the problem by looking at the numbering, because that is the reason for this external number, no? By looking the numbering, you should be able to know this belongs to which level.
Yeah.
So this is the logic you need to follow. This is the way you need to, while before creating the mask, you need to consider this. First,
Abdul, yeah, is there any advantage apart from to seeing which level I'm able to find? So apart from that, is there any other advantage to keeping this?
Yes, there is things there. For example, one thing which, for example, you are saying that the validations, I will just show you. Where is that? Where we are here. For example, if let's check the value, how it is storing. SC16 PROJ. If any project is there without number, then we can see the difference. Let me just check it. I think this is all created with this one only. Oh, so many projects. Anyway, it is not opening. What I will tell you that, for example, this numbering, no, this 24 character numbering in the table. Suppose I don't have say I'm creating a project dot, it's called a-0001, suppose. Okay. So let's consider one with mask. One case is with mask, one is without mask. Suppose this is with mask, this is with mask, then this is, let's say, without mask. So how it will look like in the entry will be, so here the number will be in the WBS level, number will be A-0001, then 00000 will be there. Like this it will be there. But if you go to here, it will be like that only. How the system is recording this. So what happens here, If without mask and there is a possibility you can make mistakes, okay, in the numbering. So inconsistency can happen. That is one thing. Second thing, the type of validations and if you are creating like this, then you need to put a validation extra. This number, total number should not be more than 5 or something like that. But here it is not required. Automatically system will control that because that mask will take care of the rest. That is one advantage. Second thing, when you are going for the programming, so if you because I worked in an area where people were facing this issue. So in one of my previous projects, we had this similar issues. What happened, when earlier some projects is created without mask, and later on we created with mask, and that issue came. So whenever we do some kind of development, then people ask to do two kind of coding. If the project is starting with this, you need to go and check this. If project is starting like this, then you need to simply take it. So the programmer also will be easy for this because that standard validation will be there because it is automatically filling the gap. So this is what the difference between the with mask or without mask becomes.
And the problem is we have defined the levels, different levels like a level 2, level 3, level 4 in the coding mask itself. So by mistakenly, I am making a level 3, but I am putting as a level 2 that one.
No, we are not defining the level there. That is a logical grouping only. Here, for
Yeah,
example,
but again, it's a manual look. Is there anywhere we can control? For example, if you see the anything, if you take, for example,
manual control means yeah. How do you define is that you know that there is a mistake in the system. For example, here there is a derivation is there, structure derived structure is there. Okay. This derived structure will come to know that there is something which is not as per that level.
Okay.
For example, this derived structure function will, for example, I will go here. Let's say here. This one I will bring it here. Suppose something like this. Okay. So if you look at this, 5 is here, right? 1, 5, 2, 3, 4. This will create an issue. Okay, normal hierarchical, what we, as per our definition and all, it's not an issue at all. But what happens if you are using EPC or any kind of tool, then this is an issue that will not transfer it. If the structure is not as per the chronological order, then that EPC is creating an issue. There is a problem is there. But chronological order is not required for a project management, that I know. Now, for example, if my project is like this, okay. Now I want to derive the structure properly. So then there is an option to select this project derive structure. So let's, before checking, let me just check it out. It is like this. Project derive structure check. Any issues there? Okay, no errors found. Then you can execute it. Let me just save it. I will not do anything. Then I will open it again and show you what it is. See, this kind of things will work based on the coding mask.
Abdul, this we can do single only, or we can do the mask also, multiple project. Mask changes is possible.
Mask changes means I didn't understand. That derived structure.
Yeah, multiple project derived structure we can change it.
No, it's a one project only we can open at a time. Now in project builder, it's only one project is supported at a time.
Okay. One more question. In the project we have creating the digit that V series I am created 100 project for 1 year. After I want to change VA, V2, so VA, VP, VC, that 2 digit. It can be possible.
No, there is again, there is a SAP one notice there actually. I forgot the number. What SAP says, for example, if you start with V, then that V only possible. So one time only you can use that. You cannot use it as
So
long
you-
as if you are using the coding mask, V is allowed only once.
After created V, then we cannot change that V also it is possible, and VA also it is possible. We can create another two teach it possible. We can create
not
project.
possible.
That we
Because
have to we have to
you
define
can
the
it is
initial
for,
stage.
so yeah, no, it is, that is why. So if you are expecting, that's what I was just yesterday was telling. If you are expecting so many numbering, then better to go without coding mask. So you can do whatever the way you want, you can do it. Then that numbering logic, you can control it through a validations, and you can add some kind of validation. This project should be like this, like that. If level is this, then
No,
number should be
after
like this, like that. No, coding
yeah,
mask, there is
after
a
one,
restrictions are there.
okay.
I will download that note and I will show you in the next class. There is a note is there. I forgot that number. There is a, for coding mask, there is a note is there. They're talking about the number, the note, which is clearly mentioned that you cannot do this, you cannot do that, then you need to do this. There are certain issues are there. And even there is a note available for example, if you created some project without coding mask and after that you want to change it with coding mask, then also we need to apply some kind of note, because some project will not open after that. Those kind of issues also there. For example, you created a dash something project without coding mask. Later on, you configured a coding mask with A. Then if you move that coding mask into that system, for example, from Golden Client to the normal development client, then none of your project will open after that.
You decide if it's open or not by the flag we have in code mask, no? The box edit.
Yeah,
If I flag edit, I cannot use a free definition. I need to use
yes.
one of the mask. Okay.
Yes. For example,
okay.
that is what here I'm saying. For example, this edit. So there is a two kind of scenario comes in some organization. You can use project with some project with coding mask, some project without coding mask. If you have that category, that kind of combination is there, then you should not activate this check. If you activated checks, then gone. Always you need to use that. So these are the things which we need to initial discussion. You need to consider this. How many type of project, how many numbering you are going to expect it. Especially, okay, if it is a smaller, medium-sized company, it is okay. But if you are going for a global company implementations, you need to consider all these things. Because the problem, the coding mask is up to the client level. So as long as if all the companies are sharing in one server, then you will face a lot of issues.
And I noticed we have a lot of masks with the saying reserved. How those reserved I manage in a real implementation?
Reserve means like
and the mask, the options we have some mask. Yes.
Some numbering already SAP has given, right?
Yes.
That's what you're saying. Then some standard numbering SAP might have given 1 or 2 number. Yeah, you can reuse it, no problem, because it is, if as long as you don't have any project created, you can change it.
So I can go in the system and unflag, use one of the reserves we have here to create a new mask. Okay,
yes,
okay.
You can create it. But the problem is normally we recommend the SAP standard, you keep it, leave it as it is. Then you can go ahead with other number, because normally they will use some kind of hash or slash or something like that only. Standard numbering will be like that.
Can we see the options we have in the system just for a comment?
Yeah, see, you can change it and use it. There is no harm in the system, but if you have enough,
can you go to the screen? Yes. Can you go to the screen just to see the? I think it is Pro.
This one, right?
Yes, as you say, we see FGH is reserved and then flagged, okay? Yes, so in a real implementation, I can unflag and I can change the mask, dash X and
Yes.
add
So you have to
more
remove this lock.
options.
It is locked, no? You cannot, something like that is there. Lock is there. Here, what you're saying is
Okay.
this lock, something that, no? The lock for operative, lock for, so if you have to unlock it. If that lock is there, you need to unlock it if you want to use it.
Normally, in a big company, there is an area that is responsible for managing this transaction. Is that?
Yes, yes, yes. So what happened normally, bigger organizations, centrally they will control which department is going to, or which division is going to use this kind of numbers. Then they foresee for at least for another 10 years or something like that. Then they reserve it, this number for this kind of project. For example, you have 10 companies. Then you are initially you are going for 5 companies, but still the coding will be decided for all the 10 companies initially. Then for the 5 company you are implementing, the rest of the 5 they will just reserve and keep it. So nobody should use it.
So I think we should use the number, not one letter, but 2 letters. I think it's better because after using one project, I cannot change. I try to change here and they say, okay, you cannot change the number because you have already a project.
Yes, you cannot change it.
So at the beginning, I should use 2 and then AA, BA, B1, B2, B3. So a lot of more options.
No, there is also option difference is there actually. For example, if you starting with B, then B is allowed only once.
In the mask, if I use the number 2, okay, let's see the mask, just the final question, because I'm just implementing this and it's very important, this idea, because I would like to start the right way. So let's go to the mask. There's the option.
Special characters here.
Yes, so I have to initiate with 2 in the first, not 1.
Yes, you can initiate with 2, but there is also a control is there, SAP. If you look at into your coding mask, you just do a search in OSS, you will find a note which says, for example, even my PL is 2, okay, I can use AB, but AC is not allowed. This is not allowed.
Not allowed. Okay.
Not allowed because it is starting with A is only once.
Okay.
So that kind of one issue, one is there. It is SAP is talking about it. One note is there. SAP is saying that it cannot do it. I don't know what is the reason, but maybe that is what they are talking about. Logically, you feel it is looks not logic, but SAP is saying that. And if it is one,
Abdul, if I want, hello.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, tell me.
If I want to configure the code masking as per my plant, suppose like my plant code is 010.
Okay.
Okay. Then in this case, in project ID, I need to maintain 3, right?
No. Then
Numbering.
that one, what happened? The numbering coding mask will not work for you. For example, you want to say your project is 010 dash something like that. You want something like
yes,
this?
correct. Yes.
Yeah. And second one, how it will be?
059 or 029.
029 dash 001. So if this is the case, then it is better to go for without the numbering, because what happened? You are starting with the 0.
Yes.
So you cannot start both with 0.
Okay.
So
in this case, can I maintain 3 or 4 number in the project ID?
Yeah. So if it is without coding mask, you can maintain anything. Only thing is what we can do, you can put a validation. I will come to that one.
But if I make any mistake, it will allow, right?
No, there is a validation we can put it.
Okay.
If plant is like that, my first 3 digits should be this. Like that, you can put a plant. For example, I can put a condition. If plant is equal to 010, then first 3 digit is equal to 010. Like that, you can put a condition.
Okay.
Okay. That way, you have to put a validation like that. If you are expecting your numbering is like this.
for this one we can like implement the validation. What you said is correct, but like after that plant we have like the 0001, right? That if like while creating, if I made any mistake, system will allow, right?
Yeah, here also I can put. Here also I can put PROJ PSPID. That is the project definition.
Okay.
If it is a project definition, then my length is equal to how many it is there? 3, 4, 4, 4, 8, like that. I can restrict.
So this is not possible through coding mask.
No, coding mask you will face issues because, for example, you are just both are starting with 0, the same number.
Okay.
So this is not allowed there. That is the problem.
Okay. So code
You can
mask will
refer,
only
just refer
works
it
with
that
the
there is.
alphabetic.
I will suggest that everybody have a look at that. This one OSS note. There is a note which is really talking about a coding mask in detail.
Okay.
What is
Yeah.
allowed, what is not allowed, how you can use it, and especially I think I forgot that. Sorry, I will just take his name. Yeah, belongs here. Sorry, how you spell it? Pronounce it.
Bolognese. Bolognese.
Bolognese. Okay, sorry. So you also please have a look at that note because that is important for you because you are going to implement this anyway. That is very clearly they will specify what is possible, what is not possible.
Okay.
Yeah, just have a look at it. Okay, where were we now? I think we lost. Okay, this is what the coding mask.
And Abdul, this is one-time activity, right?
Yes, this is one-time activity. But this is a one-time activity, but this will screw up your entire life. That is the problem.
Yes, correct.
Because I have seen, because I had an experience, like one of the company implemented, and as from another second company, I went as a consultant for some enhancement. So this was the issue actually. They want a different numbering. What to do? We cannot do anything. Then what we did is we created a separately new logic and migrated all the old project because they were not able to create some kind of because of the logic magic. They were not able to create level 7. They can create level 7, but the numbering is not able to identify whether it is level 6 or level 7 because of this numbering.
No.
So they
Okay.
were having around 20 projects. That's also a huge construction project. So you can imagine that 1 month spent only for cutover, just to close old one and create new. So that's
Abdul,
why this, yeah.
yeah, basically, as per my knowledge, if we are going for the network activity something, I don't think more than 4 is not required. Am I right? Or it may require?
Now, for example, if you are talking about an EPC contract, because I worked in oil and gas and all that kind of project, EPC project. So those projects normally comes 6. Then we reserve 1 for 7. Sometimes some additional difference comes, then they use it. So up to 6, like that big project comes. But for example, if you are talking about a smaller project, no, it won't be there. Like you said, 3, 4 is enough.
Yeah, and one more, there is a issue is if we are going for 6 level and 7 level, those levels are only 1 digit. If more than 9 level of WBS, for example, if going for the third level, so 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, I can go for
Yeah, 1 digit is
1.9
also
only,
enough.
right?
Yes, yes. One digit is also.
So
Sometimes maybe 3, 4 sub only, child only will come up to that level.
yeah, that's what, it's also very difficult. Okay, that's what.
Yes, yes. So actually, that is why we initially deciding the like this. I said no. Where was that? Yeah, here.
Even
Like
that's
this,
what
you are.
I proposed for level 3 and level 4 also 2 digits so that they can go for 99. So
Yes, yes,
1.99, 1.9.
yes, yes. So this is what you need to first decide. This is a 24 character. Then you decide how many levels are there. How many levels? What you have to see based on their, because normally most of the project they will be having a Primavera will be there using. So you refer to their Primavera plan or my MS project plan, then you consider that.
Okay.
Okay, so in the Primavera, if it is Primavera, then it is easy. In Primavera, they have WBS element and network will be there. But in MS project, it is a bit difficult because you have to identify which summary task they consider as a WBS element and what is the task they are considering as activity like that. Then you need to
No,
identify.
actually, what we did, I have created project WBS and one network, so that number range which is available in the SAP side, the same number I transferred there as a task itself, WBS and this thing. And there is one more column, it's called object. It will define what is the network here, what is the WBS there.
Yes, yes. So basically, when you are talking about EPC, there is two things. One is your object, you need to specify what is this.
Yeah,
then there is a object will be there, whether it is a WBS or network like that, you need to specify.
Yeah.
Then similarly, you have to have the ID. That ID you need to give.
Yes, yes, you are right.
Then this is what it is, just copying it.
Yes.
Again, that is there is an XML file that those guys or the EPC consultants, they do some kind of that XML coding. Then based on that one, you can make some different changes also. Okay, I think we did not move. No problem. Anyway, this is an important factor. So even if you take one day extra, no issue. So anything clear about our mask? So this is what we are talking about, mask. Coding mask. First one is character. You can say what are the character, you can use it. And this is the edit tick. This is very important. Okay. If you tick it, then it will not allow to create without mask. If you keep it open, then it will allow without mask. But it is again depends on the organization. Some organizations say should not create without mask. Then okay, block it. Then similarly, what are the numbers allowed? Greater than, dot, this, that, and all those things. How do you want to say? And this is the digit. And the digit you consider like this based on this. So first you need to have a proper discussion. Especially, I recommend if you are doing for any huge larger organization, just give enough time to discuss this, because they will have a lot of expansion plan. They will have a lot of subsidiaries and all those things, and they will have a huge project. All those things you need to consider, because sometimes it will look nice in the development server. You can create xxx-000-xxx like that, but it is not the case when it comes to the reality. They will face a lot of issues. So you need to do that. And another thing is, for example, you want to sometimes people will say, I want to start with my plant 1200 1200-001, something like that. People say your project number. Then I have plan 1300-00, like this. If you want, this way people will ask for the project numbering. In this case, you forget about the coding mask. You control this through your validation, because otherwise what happens, both are starting with one. Here you will face an issue. If you go for the coding mask, then system will say this is not possible, that's not possible. So in this case, like a flexible kind of, if you want to match this number with something else, then always better to go for without coding mask. If you want to match, if you don't want to match, they are okay to start with fresh, then you recommend with coding mask. So that is how the recommendation comes. If they don't, then there is a advantage and disadvantage of coding mask. As I said, one is the way SAP stores the WBS element in the table. That is totally different comparing to with coding mask and without coding mask. Then second thing is the deriving structure. Those functionality will works very good in with this, because for example, 4 or 5 WBS element, you don't feel that what is there, I can move it 1 or 2 WBS. But you imagine a project which has 200, 300 WBS element, and you need to move it properly, you need to arrange it properly, then that is a really difficult task, manually arranging those things. So if you have this kind of task, then coding mask will help a lot. Okay, so
Abdul, one more question. That coding mask, last one box is there, A and O. What is the purpose of we are using?
This one, no? That is what is they call it? This one. I think. Where is it? Yeah, this one. Placeholder for temporary WBS element. Placeholder for temporary WBS. For example, this one where you will find you can ask the APC. For example, suppose you need to put a numbering for a project. Suppose you need to put a numbering from upload program, or you want to put a numbering from, let's say, EPC to transfer it, MS project. So everywhere the temporary numbering starting with, I will just show you how does it look. Suppose yeah. For example, I will show you how, for example, if I'm creating a network here, I will just say, see, you can see the number here, %0001.
Yeah, yes.
This is called a temporary holder. Then while saving, it will go and check what is my last number available, and it will create the next number.
Okay.
Similarly, in the program, when you are doing in a temporary, what you call that staging table or what, something like that we call it. No, from a web, I don't know, I don't remember that. So internal tables. So in that internal tables and all, how do you store this? This way you will store the temporarily before committing it. That is what, if you technically will say, there is first you create, initiate, then you commit. That is how the process happens. So before committing, system will hold a number. So that holding a number, start with what? What symbol? So that number, what I hear saying, you start with here, as for this, you start with and. So project numbering. So here, what you are seeing here, like percentage. So if it is a temporary number, if it is there for a WBS element, then that will start with and a number.
Okay.
So that is normally we will not see it in here and all creating, because it is automatically system gives the number. But from program and the internally it is stored that number for that purpose. It is called temporary placeholder.
Okay, understood. Yeah. That coding master, that beginning there is one small box is there. What purpose that box we are using?
Which one?
That configuration. SAP.
Edit one or?
No. In SAP configuration, there is the initial one small box is there, na? That one.
That one I don't know. We'll see what is it. No documentation available. I don't know. I don't know what is that purpose, because even in my SAP documentation also they are not saying anything about that. I will check it out. Maybe I will check if I will come to know that I will come to, because even there is no documentation. If I check F1, it is saying no documentation available. Yeah, no idea.
Sorry. Edit also, what is the function? Edit.
Yeah, edit is actually if you put this checkbox active, then what it is saying here you can see projects only with coding mask.
Okay.
So for example, if you want to create some project without coding mask, then system will not allow you if that edit check is active.
Okay.
It is all again depends on the organization decision. They want somebody want to create. So this is all you need to take care, while creating. Before that one, simply you don't tick and go, then it will be a problem later on.
But Abdul, this edit can be done anytime, right? It's not only,
yeah, you can remove it. You can remove it. Yes. But it's a configuration, so user cannot make the changes.
Yeah, that's I agree.
Yeah, you are configure and move it. Okay, so shall we close for the day?
Abdul, one more question. Normal general question. This we have that one manufacturing company. If you want to run MRP against the main item project with the project the main item, item where I want to maintain the WPS or in the activity.
Okay. Because actually, if you look at a project here, anyway, we have the session, but I just tell you for quickly. See, for example, if I go to network activity, then we have an option to maintain a component overview, right?
Yeah. So
you can attach.
I want to.
But if for example, if I go to WBS element, even if I go to create, then I don't have that material component create option. So you cannot attach
so I have to follow that.
Yes, always on the network activity.
Network activity only I can maintain. It's not possible to directly the WPS.
No. You see, right click and create. No, you just here itself it is very clear.
So I want to MRP purpose only. I want to using here. That's why we have to go by network and then activity, then component.
Yes. Component assignment is not available on WPS element. For example, if I look at this one also assigned object, we talk about the assigned object here. Also, I said no, there is no material available here.
Okay.
Materials are not possible to assign. Material is assigned always on an order. We can say network.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So we will next class also will see the next configurations, the project type, and responsible and all those.
Abdul, I have a question.
Yeah.
How to control the field status of the WBS and project? Suppose, for example, I want to make person responsible as mandatory field.
Okay. There is two things are there. One is you can make this field control is there. There is a configuration. I will show you that one. Second thing is there is a way you can put a validation. For example, if I remove this, then if I save, we can say it will give. Please choose the correct person responsible. You can see. So, for example, even if I put a number or something else 1, okay, then if I save, still it will give you the validation. Okay, this is the validation server. We will have a detailed session about this. I will explain you how to do that.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Yeah, we have a detail. And for field control, what I will do tomorrow, in the next class when I'm taking, I will show you that field control configuration.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So just remind me.